Hello everybody and welcome to the final third, and today, as you can see, we are finally in person. Should be a very interesting video. First time. How are you feeling, lads? Excited?
Yeah. It's nice to be in a new place, be together in person as well.
Time to get started.
Time to finally get started. Hopefully the quality of the videos can just go up, more content can come out as well, and the quality of the content hopefully will go up as well. But before we get into the video, Al, can you reveal the player? And then I'll go into what we're going to talk about.
The player from the last video was Rocky Santa Cruz. So let us know if you got that in the comments below. And of course, we'll do the quiz at the end of this video.
Perfect, there we are. So this is the usual standard stuff we do in a normal video. But obviously, the difference is we are in person. We're going to be reviewing the results of the previous weekend. It was Matchweek 27. And let's just jump straight into it. So the first game was Aston Villa versus Leeds. Now that game ended 1-1. Very probably interesting game. Good last minute winner from Tammy Abraham. But let's talk about that free kick from Leeds. What did you guys think about that free kick?
Insane free kick by Anton Stack, I believe his name.
Stack.
Or
Stach.
It wasn't just like the distance that it was from the goal, the curl, the power. Yeah, I don't think Martinez had any chance. Now, do I believe he gave himself the best chance? No. His positioning wasn't great, and I feel like you could tell he was probably more set for the cross than for the shot.
You don't expect the shot to take
him by surprise,
Yeah.
Because he went near post as well.
Exactly.
So.
But it was an insane free kick, and you can't really blame him on that.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect a shot from there. I guess, Hassan, do you want to talk about how Tammy Abraham got a very important draw, I guess?
Yeah, of course, a new club for him as well. Obviously, it builds confidence for Villa, especially. Villa's having a rough form at the moment in time, so I feel like it's a very important goal for him and for Villa. Obviously, at home, I think they could have done better, but Leeds are very good this season now. They started to put in good form, so yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I think they could definitely get a relegation battle if they continue doing well. But yeah, that's what I think, and
I think maybe in the context of the game, Leeds might be disappointed the fact that they didn't win.
Yeah.
But again, I think Tammy Abraham obviously saved Villa from a loss. But even then, they haven't been picking up a lot of points up lately and been dropping a lot of results. So we have to see, because like I said, United are starting to creep up on them. There's only 3 points in it now. With the form Villa are on, with the form United are on. I said it before, I'll say it again. I think United can finish above Villa. Obviously, that depends on United's form and obviously Villa's form as well. But again, Liverpool look good. Chelsea aren't very good at the moment. But again, Villa just have to watch their shoulder, because in the end, they might not even finish top 5. But we have to wait and see.
It reminds me also of the start of Villa season, where they're drawing a lot of games and stuff, a lot of game wins.
Yeah.
Feels like they've gone back to that. So
yeah. Let's go on to the next game. The next game is Brentford versus Brighton, and Brighton get a very important away win and kind of an unexpected win, 2-0 win at Brentford. Which is very impressive, because obviously we know how good Brentford are at home. Let's just talk about how important Danny Welbeck is for Brighton. What do we think of him?
Obviously he gets a goal in this game, and most of the time that he plays a very key role in the way they play and whether they even score goals. I feel like when he doesn't play, it's very difficult. They find it very difficult to get goals. Obviously he's not like perfect. He doesn't get goals every game, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think he's probably their top goal scorer this season. He's a great player. He's a very experienced player now. We know how many clubs he's played for in the Premier League, so he's got insane experience in the Premier League. And I think Brighton's the perfect club for him, and he's obviously thriving there. Not just this season, this season as well. I thought he did pretty well for them. So he's a great player for Brighton. Like Carl said, really shocking result in terms of. I don't think anyone expected Brentford to lose at home to Brighton, especially with the form that Brighton are in. So this is very important for them, because we did put them in our relegation, in the relegation battle. But I think this win's going to, take them good, in a safe place now. And hopefully, if they especially not just that, but give them the momentum to just keep winning and get better results. And I think they'll be safe. Obviously not like they're going to get Europe or anything, but I think they'll definitely survive. So
100%. Hassan, do you want to talk about maybe how Brentford weren't very clinical in this game. Obviously, they have one of the top goal scorers in the league in Ivo Thiago. I mean, he can have a bad game, to be fair.
Yeah.
But there was one great save from Verbruggen.
Yeah.
That came off the Brighton defender actually, but it was one of those where De Gea-esque close it off the line. What do we think of him and how important has he been for Brighton?
Yeah, he's been doing this for a lot of games actually. I don't think this is the only game where he's proven to be crucial for the win. I think there's many times when in Burnley where he saved them from either a loss or helped them to win a game. And you got to give credit to him, obviously.
Even Brighton?
Oh, yeah, obviously, yeah, for Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens sometimes. Even Martinez has done it for, Villa as well. We've seen how crucial he is for the team. And if a goalie puts a performance like that can easily win you points. But it also depends on outfield players too. But yeah, I just want to say for Brentford's perspective, I just think, as Carlos said, they're not clinical enough. But I do think as well, I don't know, there's an element of Brentford just falling back. I think at the start they were very good. Now it's just, I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know if you guys have any ideas on why they're falling off.
It's a strange one. I mean, I don't really know. Maybe looking at their team, I don't think they've had many injuries. I mean, the team looks to be fair.
Look, if you're a Brentford, if you're a Brentford fan, you can obviously let us know.
Kevin Schade on the bench, which is, I don't know, maybe he's coming back from an injury.
Probably, to be honest.
Look, they don't obviously, we've said this so many times with teams like Brentford, they lack the squad depth, and that could probably be the key for why Brentford have maybe not got the results in recent games that they've wanted. I mean, this game is a particular example. But yeah, it's probably the squad depth, and it's not going to be easy for a team like Brentford to get squad depth because any big player they get that does well is going to go the next season. And it's happened time and time. I mean, Buemo, Wissa and Norgard all left in the summer, who were all their key players, and even the manager left. But you still got to respect how well they've done this season.
Of course.
And, they could even still get Europe this season. So yeah, it's still on the cards, so fair play to them.
100%. They're in very impressive form in the overall league, and to be fair, they're still only 5 points behind Liverpool and Chelsea, so you never know how it goes. It's kind of impressive, isn't it? But let's go on to the next game. It's Chelsea versus Burnley, another 1-1 draw. And this game had goals kind of either end of the game, one right at the beginning and one right at the end. Let's talk about that Chelsea goal to begin with. What about that pass from Casido? Unbelievable pass. And it was very easy for Pedro Neto to put on a plate for Joao Pedro. Yeah, too many Pedros.
Yeah. No, it's just a great goal. And look, with Chelsea's attack, in terms of attacking wise, they don't really have too much problems. Maybe
especially with Joao Pedro as well.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the wingers, obviously the Chelsea fans have definitely complained, so maybe they could definitely be better. I don't think, I know they say it, but I don't think Pedro Neto was that bad. Garnacho, on the other hand, is, he's awful.
Thanks Chelsea for
to be honest, I'm surprised I don't see more of Gittins, to be fair, because how poor Garnacho is. But yeah, they always got Estevao anyway.
He's not on the squad, he might be injured.
Possibly. But they got Estevao as well. So yeah, they do have the good options.
I think he might be injured too.
I know he might be injured, but I mean, in terms
generally,
right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the only my biggest thing with Chelsea is just the defense. It's still going to be the defense, and until they solve the defense, I don't think they're going to be able to fight for any to trophies. To be honest, I mean, you saw they lost to Arsenal in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, and it's probably down to the defense. They've not got much of a problem necessarily in scoring goals.
Fun did grab a second yellow as well, to be fair.
Yeah, no. Let's talk about it. Do you want to?
Let's mention that. Yeah, let's mention that. How many red cards have they had this season? 8.
They're one off tying the record.
And I think they'll probably get it, to be honest with you. Their players are so ridiculous when it comes to challenges, and that was at least the second yellow. I'm pretty sure it's the second yellow, right?
Have you guys heard this stat? They've got more red cards this season than home wins.
What? That's mad.
That's mad.
I'm pretty sure it's home wins in the season.
I'm pretty sure they've only got 13
6
wins.
They've only got but in terms of home wins, they have 6, and they have 8 red cards.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I believe it's 8. It's either 8 or 7 red cards. I believe. Sorry, it might be 7. But anyway, it's still poor. 7 or 8 doesn't make a difference.
I mean, if Chelsea were playing in WWE, they'll be winning the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Literally, it's mental.
Do you know what it is? But let's give some credit to Burnley as well. The fact that they've come away from home. a team that are in the relegation
No,
scrap.
they're not doing too bad recently.
They are. They're getting very big results. Again, is it enough to keep them in the league? Probably not.
Yeah.
You never know. There could be a bit of a remontada, but I highly doubt it. But yeah, let's talk about maybe the goal. I mean, good cross from Ward-Prowse, who is our favourite at West Ham, who we will mention in the next game. And yeah, he put it on a plate for Fleming, so yeah.
Yeah, probably will sting a little bit for Ali because they really did that for West Ham, but
No, he did that for West Ham. Like
just for his first season, yeah.
But no, to be honest, I never really had too much against Ward-Prowse. I thought he was always good playing. Obviously, his set pieces were great, and I mean, the fact that he scored a corner and never scored a free kick kind of shows that. So yeah.
Yeah, but I think a very important goal for Burnley. Now, me personally, this can be a chance to get some sort of momentum going. Obviously, against Chelsea is a big team, and a team like Burnley getting a result like that is very impressive. But I still think that they need to show more than just that. Like getting a draw on its own is not enough to get out of the relegation battle. You need to have some impressive results.
We need to win almost
every game.
Most of their games out of their last 11.
Yeah,
so.
which is very unlikely. So I do think they will still go down, but still got to give them credit for the draw.
100%.
Nah. Stopping Chelsea from getting top 4. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, they're doing us a favour, to be fair.
Yeah.
So I guess we're happy with that. Let's go on to a game. There's another draw. West Ham,
this weekend, sorry.
A lot of draws indeed. West Ham versus Bournemouth 0-0. Al, obviously, since West Ham is your team, and obviously you're wearing the jersey, what did you think of their performance?
Honestly, the result is not what we would wanted, especially in the position that we're in at the moment. Because if we had got the win, we had been on level points with Nottingham Forest, which would have been absolutely massive in terms of the surviving the relegation. However, in terms of effort, you just can't what's the word I'm trying to think of?
Fault the players.
Yeah, you can't fault the players in terms of the effort. It was absolutely amazing effort, in my opinion. I've seen some fans, they're like some players could have done a bit better, but I think that's just more because they're frustrated at the fact that we didn't get the win. But if you really looked at the game, yes, they all put in good effort. I'm seeing a lot of people talking about Bowen, because to be fair, he still has been our probably best player this season. He hasn't scored in recent times, and he has. If I'm being honest. You know what? I want him to shoot a bit more. Towards the start of the season, he was doing a lot more of the cutting in and shooting.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of opportunities to do that in the last this game, the last couple of games, and he just hasn't gone for it. And I kind of respect he's trying to be unselfish, but bro, I think he knows how good he is. Just go for it, and once or twice. Not all the time, but once or twice, because I feel like he's so lethal with that. But look, he did play well in my opinion. Put in some good balls. Had the chance at the end. I was unlucky. It was unfortunate. And I did think we played well. Somerville still looked good. Everyone looked good. The defence is something I really want to talk about because that has been a major issue all season. And honestly, I feel very comfortable now with the defence, which I've never been able to say all season, right? Or even last season, for that fact. And a key part, obviously the Sassy and Mavropanos. I mean, Sassy, he's a new player. He's come in, instantly improved the defence. But Mavropanos, I have to obviously hold my hands up, give him a massive apology because of what I said about him at the start of the season. To be honest, I was still right to say that towards Sassy. He wasn't the best, but he's turned it around massively this season. And I have to give him so much credit because last season, I would have put Kilman over him, which is crazy to say now. But this season, genuinely been such a solid defender. Saved us on multiple... In this game, there were moments where the interceptions he made genuinely saved us in that game. And I thought it was a good game. We had good opportunities. Petrovic probably is the only reason we didn't win that game, and fair play to him because he definitely kept Bournemouth in the game. But to be fair, they did get that one chance. But
let's talk about that one chance in Ryan and how great that run was from him. And to be fair, he's had a lot of pressure on him. I believe he's still
18.
He's 18.
No, 19.
So he's still a teenager, born 2006. It's crazy.
No offense, he doesn't look 19.
We are getting old. Anyway, it was a great run from him. Reminded me of prime 2008 Anthony. Do you know what I mean? Unbelievable run. Anyway, it was a great run and hit the post and probably deserved the goal because of how good that run was.
Yeah.
What do we think of? I know obviously he didn't really get the goal, get an involvement really in the game, but it just shows that he's sort of come in and taken that Semenyo role as his own and just made a massive impact.
Yeah, it's impressive, man. At his age, he's come in, did really well for Bournemouth. He scored he scored 2 goals now for them. in the Premier League.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
So for a teenager, he's come in straight away and put a good amount of impact for them. So I'm very impressed by him, and he's come in. I mean, Smith is a much more senior player. He's like 24 right now, isn't he?
Yeah.
So to come in actually I think it's 26, but to come in and do that for a team like Bournemouth, who are quite struggling right now, and fill in a very important role. Like losing Smith is a very big hole for Bournemouth, and the fact that he's almost filled up in just space of a few games is very impressive. And I do think he'll turn out to be a very good player for Bournemouth, and hopefully he doesn't get sold after like a couple of years, because that's what I'm worried about for Bournemouth. They'll make a lot of money, but they'll lose a very important player like Semenya.
Yeah.
So I think if he comes and develops, he could definitely be a very important player for Bournemouth. But I do want to say as well for West Ham, Tati Castellanos, he was really good for you guys.
Oh yeah,
He's been amazing, and fair play, because
insane
what a
pass.
signing he's been.
Yeah, he's been really great for you
Maybe
guys.
he hasn't got as much of the goals as you'd want, but it's not easy in the Premier League to get a bunch of goals. But one thing you have to rate him for is just the effort, which was something before he came in that we just did not have any of.
Yeah, all your strikers were old, so you needed to bring someone in.
Yeah.
Full crew. Okay, let's go on to the next game, and it is Manchester City versus Newcastle. Massive performance by Nico O'Reilly to help his team win 2-1. We can talk about that first goal, or maybe both goals. That first goal from him was very, very good. Good finish, power, past the keeper, even the second goal. What do we think of Nico O'Reilly? And I know you said he should be maybe the starting left back in the Premier League team this season. I mean, he's really playing a left
he's a
back
very
right
versatile player. So he's not just playing left back, but he does a really good job at left back. And even when he does play left back, he still gets involved in goals and assists. So he's just a really versatile player. I've heard talks about him like whether he should go to England. Why not? Why not as the left back? Maybe not starting one, because they do have Luke Shaw, who's not that bad. And, for England, he's usually really good. But why not? Because he's such a versatile player. If you get an injury at left back, he can go left back. If you get an injury at like camp somehow, he can go. You know what I mean? He can literally play in a lot of positions. But I've given him so much praise this season, and I think he's like one of the best young players in the league at the moment, because playing for Man City is not easy. Like, they're a great team, and it makes it sound like it should be easy. But when you're that young, the pressure is going to be very high, because the expectations of Man City are very high. But he's come and he's not just filled it, but like not just hit the expectation. He's exceeded the expectations. He's been absolutely amazing for Man City, and just what a player he is, man. And like, he's got everything to his game. To be honest, it isn't just the finishing. He's got the defending, the finishing, all round. He's got everything. And that's what makes him such a dangerous player. And Man City, it's good for them, because they had struggles with their fullbacks. And again, I know he's not playing fullback this game, but when they need him to, he can play fullback. So, which is massive, because like we said, Man City was struggling with that. So
100%. He's actually filled in the left mid, which is very impressive, because he is very, very versatile. I guess we could talk about Newcastle, but I also want to mention the fact that Erling Haaland has got quite a few assists, and he's not just about goals now. He's become involved with a great cross for Nico O'Reilly's second goal. So fair play to him in that sense. But Hassan, I know I don't know whether you actually watched the game yourself. I mean, they got a goal. Were they in the game that much? Maybe. What do you think about them?
I think the start of the game they were quite good. I think Gordon got to the end of a few of the through balls, and I think there's one chance he had at the start. But I think his second touch wasn't great. Took it like the angle off him. Pretty much made it very tight. Save. So obviously, Donnarumma makes a good save, but I think Gordon could have made that easily a goal if his second touch is better. The first touch of his head was really good, but he just took away from him and made it harder for himself to score. But I think Gordon's been the best player this season. He's been really good. I mean, Voltemade, when he came in straight away, he was really good.
Yeah, but he's kind of fell.
He's kind of fallen off since then, not been starting in the squad.
Crazy how he's fallen.
Yeah, I don't know how. Like, I don't know what's happened to him, to be honest. But Gordon's come and done a good job. Obviously, he scored 4 goals. I don't know who it was against in the Champions League.
Karabag.
Yeah, in the first half, just very impressive. I know they're not the best team, but still impressive. 4 goals in the first half.
Champions League.
Yeah, Champions League.
I'd take that.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't he like going for the Champions League golden boot or something?
He's already overtaken Shearer's record, I'm pretty sure, in the Champions League.
No, I mean like
has Shearer played. I didn't know Shearer played that much in the Champions League, to be fair.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, which is pretty much why he's already breaking it. But
anyway.
yeah. But anyways, Newcastle, man. Like, I know it's against City, but I think they could have done better that game. And I wanted to say as well, to be fair, this kind of wrong. This game is like the battle of who's going to be at left back for England. You got Lewis Hall, you got O'Reilly, so it's just Yeah, it's just like the game of the left backs.
I think maybe with Lewis Hall, he is more of a set left back. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah, attacking. Yeah,
Nick O'Reilly, you just take him because of the versatility.
I think it depends on what you want. I mean, Luke Shaw is experience, and you can rely on him in the sense that he can do
For England,
both
he's always
sides,
great.
both sides of the game quite well.
I'd say for Man United, he's been alright. He's been good.
He's been consistent. He's played a lot
Yeah.
of games, which is very important.
But especially for England, he's always immense.
Exactly.
yeah,
So it just depends on really what Tuchel wants to play with.
yeah.
Let's go on to the next game, and it's Crystal Palace versus Wolves. Wolves, unlucky again because they lost 1-0. Let's talk about how the fact that they are so unlucky because they missed a penalty in this game,
Yeah.
and to be fair, probably a masterclass from Dean Henderson, if we are honest.
But that's another shit pen from Wolves. Because was it the last game? No. Do you remember Strand Larsen's pen?
Yeah.
The other
Yeah.
couple of years ago? I don't know what it is with these pens, bro. But yeah, that was another awful pen.
It's no confidence.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly that. And let's be honest, it's been the story of Wolves this season in terms of the way the results happen again. They're so close yet so far. Just like
Unfortunate.
you get. It's just so unfortunate. There's so many games they just did not get over the line, and that is why they're in the position they're in. And it's unfortunate because they're genuinely not actually that bad. Like, bro, they're better than Tottenham. I'm sorry, but they are better than Tottenham right now. In terms of the way they're playing, I'd rather watch them.
Yeah, but again, teams they need luck on their side, and
Exactly.
unfortunately, Wolves
Unfortunately,
don't have
haven't had that luck. So
Exactly.
it's unfortunate. Obviously, they even lost Strand Larsen. I know he wasn't doing great for them, but look how he's doing for Crystal Palace. I know he didn't score in this game, but he obviously scored 2 in the last game, which they still didn't win. But no, he's been a good player for them, and they're probably losing Taste Mane as well, because there's no way that guy's going to be playing in the Championship because he's way too good for that.
Yeah.
So that's going to be even more unfortunate for Wolves. But that's how it is,
It's
man.
part of the game. Yeah.
It's part of the game.
100%.
It's kind of sad, but that's life. What are you gonna do?
And let's go on to talk about Crystal Palace and how Gesand,
Yeah.
I think is his
Yeah.
name, Evan Gesand, gets a last minute winner, which is very important for Crystal Palace because then they're also a team that was
In the
kind of in the relegation, not really,
but they were in free fall.
they were kind of in free fall.
Yeah.
Listen, 3 points is massive just for them to sort of get a bit of comfortability because we talked about how realistically if they can stay safe in the Prem, then they can sort of put all eggs in one basket for the conference because obviously they're not in the FA Cup anymore either. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the plan, to be honest, because obviously this season they've kind of fallen off, and they've lost a few players, as we said. Gahey's gone to City.
Yeah. Just got ransacked, bro.
Yeah, the whole team's just gone at this point. So Mateta is obviously not on good terms with the club, so he's not playing.
Do you know what I think the biggest problem is? Oliver Glasner.
Oh yeah, the moment he's announced,
they put out? Bro, I swear, bro, they want him out, bro.
yeah.
Bro, it's crazy.
I think the moment he's announced him, I think he announced it too soon.
Yeah.
I think you should
Really
say
soon,
it
yeah.
closer to the end of the season, so there's not much urgency or how do I say it, a bit of chaos.
He doesn't care. That's the problem. He
Yeah,
just doesn't care.
He knows he knows that okay, I'm a good manager. I'm gonna get a bigger job elsewhere.
100%.
So he's kind of thrown off the whole dynamics of the football club,
Which is kind of sad because they were doing so well at the start.
And they won a trophy under him with their first trophy in their history, and to be the manager to bring that to Crystal Palace, and then also be the manager who snaked them and sort of put them backwards, if anything, from last season. It's quite sad to see, but even then, might even say it's on the board for not
It is on
backing
the
him
board,
correctly.
yeah. I don't think it's necessarily all his fault because if he got backed, it's a different story. But no, with a team like Crystal Palace, you're not going to be able to get back the way he wants to get backed. Unfortunately,
100%.
it's just not possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just a game where it proves again the goalkeeper can be massive in the game. I mean Henderson, if he's not between the sticks and it's another goalie, I think Wolves could have easily won this game. Because I think Crystal Palace it's not. I don't think they don't deserve to win. It's more that they didn't prove why they should win.
I get what you mean.
The goalie kind of saved them in that regard.
Yeah.
I don't think the outfield players proved why they deserve to win that game. But hey, fair enough to them.
Let's go on to the next game. It is Nottingham Forest versus Liverpool, and Liverpool get a very late winner from Alexis McAllister, who before that had a goal disallowed, which made it 1-0 then, but obviously they won 1-0 in the end. What do we think? I think this was a discussion point we had just before the recording, and before that as well. The fact that what the handball rule is and should it have been allowed. Again, it's the rule, so obviously it was the correct decision, but do we believe that the rule should be changed?
Look, my perspective on the rule is this, right? So if it's a goal, if it comes off from him, it's close to him, it's him there, it's gone in, it's a handball because he scored with it, right? But if this was outside the box and it happened, it's not a handball, right? That's what would happen, right?
Yeah.
That's my problem with the rule. Either you disallow it, it's a handball outside the box as well, or the goal counts as well. You get what I'm saying? It's either both ways it's handball or both ways it's not handball. There shouldn't be one way it is and one way it isn't, in my opinion.
I think I disagree with that, if I'm honest. Because it's context. You can't physically score with your hand, no matter what, no matter how, if your hand's tucked in or not. It's one of those where of course it's the rule, but again, like, imagine even if you have your arm tucked in, right? Technically, Alexis McAllister's arm was tucked in, but even then, it comes off here.
The thing is, though, like,
Do you know what I mean? Obviously, you can't chop off. I'm saying you can't chop off your hand. Obviously, that's not how it works. But again,
in my opinion,
it's the contact. Listen, it shouldn't
be
be a goal, but let's look at the. That's obviously we've agreed on that it shouldn't be a goal, right?
The rule as well.
But then looking at the other side of it, the fact that you're outside the box. Let's say a defender makes a block, right, but has his arm tucked in like this, yeah, which is obviously what Alexis McAllister did when he scored the goal. Which, obviously it's a bit unfortunate, but hey, that's how the rule is. Because the defender is blocking it, and let's say he touched it the same way, it is again the rule, and I still believe that is fair.
I've seen goals where there's a free kick, for example. It goes off the defender's arm or whatever, and it goes in, and it still counts as a goal. Yeah. So there's situations where when it gets hit on
but again, that's kind of different. I feel like, because obviously if the goal doesn't go in, then it would have been a penalty, or could have been a shot.
Yeah, but I still think it's still a natural position.
You're still getting an advantage.
I think it's a natural position, and stuff like that happens in football.
Yeah, it's just a stupid rule, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's either two way, either both ways is handball or both ways is not handball. I don't know if
I think for me it's both ways. It shouldn't be a handball.
I agree with Hassan.
Yeah.
You let us know what you think. Personally, that's my take on it, but. Yeah,
you've had all our takes, so there we go.
They still got the goal in the end, so
even
that one was crazy, because from the angle they were showing us on VAR, I would look, because obviously, no offense to Nottingham Forest, but I wanted them to lose because of the relegation battle. And bro, I was celebrating that McAllister goal like I was a Liverpool fan, because Jesus Christ, bro. Because you look at the VAR and you're like, oh my god, it's offside again. You know what I mean? It's gonna get disallowed again. And then you just hear oh my god, Ola Aina's behind him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've never been so relieved in my life, bro. Because I'm just thank God, bro. I just because I'm thinking there's no way this goal does not get disallowed. You know what I mean? But then thank God it did.
It's quite the opposite with me and probably Hassan, because obviously we wanted Liverpool to lose because we don't want them to get closer to us. But again, thank God United won. But we'll get onto that later on. Let's talk about Forest and in the performance. Obviously, I feel like they're going to be heartbroken because of that last minute winner for Liverpool. They were the better team, but again, you might just say that there's not a clinical player in their team.
There's not.
They didn't force much out of Alisson, if we're honest.
Really
and even if maybe the chances they had, they didn't do much with them. To have 18 shots and really not test the goalkeeper is not good, and be the better side. Yeah,
it's unfortunate, man. I mean, as I said before, there's times where you lose momentum, you sack coaches as well. That throws off the team really badly, and the whole dynamics of the football club just gets completely messed up. And it's been like that for Forest. I mean, they've sacked
they've got the most managers in one season.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
How are you meant to
They've had more managers this year than wins. You know what I mean?
Probably they've had to adapt to 4 different styles of play. Yeah. Some of them, yes, a bit similar to each other, but still different, bro. And different demands and different things, and it's bro, it's not easy.
There's a lot of confusion going on. They're not confident at all. The club is in an unstable position, and I don't know. I mean, obviously it's the owner, but I think the owner needs to relax, because this is not a football.
Well, at this rate, is Vitor Pereira going to stay in the job by the end of the season?
Who knows?
And it's ironic, because Vitor Pereira is the reason why Wolves are that low in the table.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they've got rid of Sean Dyche, who's known to help these teams stay in the league, and bring in a manager who's basically brought down Wolves to the Championship. So I don't get that appointment at all. But hey, it is what it is. But I think Forest will be very heartbroken by that. But it is what it is. It's part of the game, and they'll definitely get some points later on.
There's a lapse of focus from them, to be fair. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's move on to the next game. Sunderland versus Fulham, a very important away win for Fulham against Sunderland, who again is another side that rarely loses at home. Let's discuss how Raul Jimenez has sort of been rejuvenated this season. 2 goals. Obviously, one was a penalty, but he's very calm when it comes to pens. He's been very good at pens for years. Has he missed one? I can't think of one off the top of my head that he's missed, but I know he's very calm and collected when it comes to penalties. What do we think of his rejuvenation, I guess?
Yeah, it's just he's been a really good player for Fulham, and he's just the only problem he's had is injuries, really. And every time he plays for them, he always, is a threat for Fulham. And he's been a threat again. Did he get 2 goals? Is it?
2 goals.
Yeah, 2 goals. Sorry. Yeah, he's just a hell of a striker. He was great at Wolves. He's been great at Fulham. He's like a prime Barclays striker to me. But no, I love watching him. He's a great player, and I feel like he's just like with the finishing. He's just so good at finishing, like a lot of different finishes.
Exactly.
Whether it's a header, just like any kind of finish, he can do it. But what I will say is, yeah, I'm absolutely surprised. Like, I was surprised that Fulham won by that much. Yeah, fair enough. I thought there was a chance they could win. I don't think they would win 3-1. I mean, especially at the Stadium of Light. But fair play to them. But they have a good squad, to be fair to them. And Marco Silva is a great manager. They did struggle at the start of the season, but they've turned it around clearly, and fair play to them. What position are they in the league now?
Fulham are currently 10th.
10th. It's not bad. I mean,
they're above Newcastle, they're above Sunderland, and they're 3 points behind Brentford.
Even they can fight for Europe, obviously, and it would be nice to see. It'll be nice to see because we're going to get a team that, probably have not. I've never been in Europe, or probably haven't been in Europe since
years.
Before we were born, bro. So
100%. Yeah, it'd be very interesting. Do you know what it is? If we're talking about the European race, I'd love to see Brentford because obviously the club as a whole and how it's run and how the way it's run
and the community.
100%. But a club that's been promoted and to be fair done very well this season is level on points with Newcastle. Hopefully they can finish above them. I know I haven't put a bet on it or anything, but I said that they would. What do we think about this game, and is there something to maybe be worried about, or was it just a good day from Fulham and a bad day from
I think it's a great day for Fulham, to be honest. I think they've been really good recently. So I'm not entirely surprised because at the start, to be fair, Sunderland were really good at home. But I think like Brentford, they've kind of fallen off a little bit at home, which is normal. You're not going to always keep up the same form. But I think they still played decent football. They could have possibly drawn a Fulham if they were more clinical with their chances.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Sunderland do have Robbie. He's still very young, so. And Fulham got the opposite. They've got a very experienced striker who's played in Prem for a very long time.
Yeah, to be fair.
So it's just the 2 different worlds, and you can see the difference that experience can make to the team. And I think Sunderland will definitely come back from this. They'll definitely get results here and there. But it's just a good day for Fulham, and also Wilson. I think Harry Wilson had a great run and assist to it won't be for the last goal. And Wilson's been very good for Fulham. So yeah, it's just Fulham on form right now. And they've got a lot of good players as well that are in form too. So yeah, it's not really much to say other than Fulham played really well.
Yeah, 100%. Is there anything else you really want to mention about the game?
Not really.
Not really, no. I mean, to be fair, Iwobi got a goal as well, which is good for him. And he's a very good player for them. But let's go on to probably the game of the weekend. The North London derby. Tottenham getting humiliated at home 4-1. And let's talk about Tottenham first and foremost, because I feel like even though Arsenal, it's a very big win for them, it's more of a free fall from Tottenham and how poor they've been this year. And realistically, I would not be surprised if they got relegated this season. They probably deserve to be with the way they played.
Yeah. You know what? The most shocking thing to see in that game was the attitude of the players.
Yeah.
There was a clip of Igor Tudor trying to push Mickey van der Ven up the pitch, telling him to go up the pitch, ignored him. That's disgraceful behaviour. And it just shows that the players just don't care. And a big problem for Tottenham is the egos of these players, right? When you pay players this kind of big money, right, the ego that they develop because of it, they think they're worth the money they're earning, right? But at the moment, none of these players are worth even championship wages, bro. They're all awful, all of them. They're putting no effort. They don't look like they give a shit to play for Tottenham. I don't think they realise they're in a relegation battle. They probably think they're too good to be in a relegation battle, but they're in one. And not are they only in one, out of, let's say, West Ham, Nottingham Forest and Tottenham, they are the worst in terms of the way they're playing and form, right? Yes, West Ham, we're, probably, we're obviously in the relegation zone. But bro, the way we're playing, there's a likelihood that we get out.
Forget the way you're playing. The effort. That's the difference.
Forest
and West Ham are putting in effort. Most of the teams in the league are putting in effort.
New manager bounce. Look, I'm not expecting them to win this game. It's Arsenal. Fair play. It's a hard game. I get that.
It's just the attitude from the players, man.
4-1 again. Yeah, and the effort you put, no effort. It's at home. The fans are watching you. Bro, it's disgraceful. That's all it is. It's disgraceful. All of these players should be fined for like a month's wage. Screw a week wage, a month's wage for that disgraceful performance and disgrace of an effort.
100%.
It's a disgrace.
I mean, as a West Ham fan, I mean, is getting annoyed from the top.
Literally, I'm getting annoyed watching that because it's not, bro. As much as I hate them, it's not nice to see for the fans the effort. Because we were in this position. West Ham were in this position at one point in the season, not even that long ago.
I mean, I'm not surprised. We saw what Mickey van der Ven and Spence, were doing to.
We talked about it at the
friends.
start, yeah, bro.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a repetition of the same behaviours as we saw at the start.
Very poor mentality. They're a club that are known for poor mentality, and it's just gone through the window.
I feel bad for a new manager, honestly, because he came in, thought he could do a job, but players don't even respect him. So.
Do you know what I mean? It's who knows? He might even get sacked, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But let's move on to Arsenal. Obviously, there was a bit of pressure on them. The fact that they drew with Wolves midweek. Yeah. Obviously, they were the only midweek game with obviously a very poor result midweek. But now they've come in and they performed in realistically, it's a massive game for Arsenal and Tottenham. But in the context of the season, it didn't feel like a derby. It felt like a standard Arsenal win against a lower league side. And credit to Arsenal because again, it's going to be a lot of pressure and Tottenham fans do not want you to win the league. Let's talk about Victor Gyökeres and the fact that he scored a great goal. Yeah. 2 great goals actually, let's be honest. And he's starting to look like he's starting to be very important. And I mentioned it earlier as well. The fact that if Gyökeres performs from now till the end of the season and Arsenal win the league, he's done his job and he's worth his price tag, obviously, if they win the Premier League. So, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think he could have easily had a hat-trick this game as well. I think the start he had a very good chance. He's narrowly missed the post. So, yeah, I think he's showing his true colours. That we know that Sporting was very good, and it wasn't by luck. He's just a very good striker. But I think we said Arsenal weren't creating enough chances for him. He wasn't getting very fortunate with chances, so he's starting to prove his worth now. And that's been it's good for him. Get confidence as a striker is very important. Once you start scoring those goals, they'll start coming in. So. Not happy to see that he's doing well because obviously we don't want Arsenal to win the league. But from an Arsenal standpoint, it's good to see that. Eze as well, he's been very good for Arsenal as well.
Stat padding against Tottenham.
I mean, the only good performances
against Tottenham, yeah. But I think he's still very important. I think he has more of an impact than Odegaard, for example, in that position. Yeah, I think Odegaard's been really good recently, so I think the fact that I signed Eze is a very good signing to kind of raise the competition a bit because Odegaard was starting regardless of how bad he was playing. So the fact that now there's competition with Eze, he's starting to score goals. Odegaard's not really doing much, so now he starts to fight more for his position, and they've got a bit of a battle going on number 10.
100%. With Arsenal, again, consistency is the main thing. They need to keep it up from now to the end of the season. They have to play Man City. We talked about in the last video how the Carabao Cup final is a massive game for them. Can they keep the consistency up from now until then? It should be a very interesting game, and like I said, I feel like that final will have a massive impact on who wins the league as well. But let's go on to the final game, and it was Everton versus Manchester United. Manchester United get a very important away win, 1-0 with a Benjamin Sesko counter-attack goal. But I feel like there is one player we have to talk about, and that is Sani Lamans, and how he has come in and just been absolutely immense for Manchester United, and how at the beginning he was very steady and just did his job, but now he's proving that he can make great saves and probably reach a level that hopefully of some of the previous goalkeepers. Obviously no pressure at all, but what do we think about him?
You know what, I have to give him so much credit because, to be fair, before he came in, I questioned whether he could do it for Man United because he's so young in the most pressured position in the world in terms of football, and he's not just taking it, with a grain of salt. He's exceeded expectations tenfold. He's not only just been an alright keeper, because let's be fair, the standards for the goalkeeping was on the floor for Man United because Onan and Mayenda, but he hasn't just brought it to a level where it's just no, he's exceeded it. He's not just making normal saves, because at the start it was just he's just doing the basics, right? Making a normal save. But now he's making amazing saves. Even his, ball playing's pretty good as well, to be fair to him. And
the main thing is the corners, man.
Yeah, he's just so confident. It's crazy how much confidence he has, and it's good. Because he needs it in a position like that, and he's genuinely kept Man United in games single-handedly, and fair play to him. Amazing mentality from him. Great player, and honestly, like, because he's so young, the ceiling's so high for him, and you never know how high he can reach. You know, as long as Man United just keep improving, he'll improve with them, and could reach levels of, like Carl said, the previous keepers don't want to put the pressure on him, but with the way he's going, you never know. Honestly, you never know.
Again, no pressure. Those keepers did unbelievable things. They all won league titles with United. Hopefully he does that in the future as well. So we'll have to wait and see with that. But obviously, since we are talking about summer signings, let's talk about the front three and how that goal was very, very important. And it was, how do we say, it was the classic Man United type of counter-attack. Great goal. I mean, you can go through it if you want.
Yeah, I mean, this proved why. I mean, that's what I was saying about Amram, right? Like, I don't want to bring him up because, you know, obviously he's been sacked, he's gone. But he laid the foundations for Carrick, you know, to do well. And he's the main reason why he signed us. I know with Sesko, he wasn't that keen on him. Obviously, that's like what Wilcox wanted.
And I think it was the same with Lamens. That's why he wanted Martinez over Lamens.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. It's also with Watkins as well. He wanted Watkins over Sesko. But, I mean, Cunha and Mbeumo are signings that he really wanted. And they've obviously proven their worth way long ago at the start of the season.
Yeah.
But Sesko obviously is young, so he needs more time to develop. And, you know, great finish by him, obviously. Very good contact. The ball from Cunha is amazing. Like, he just put on a play for Mbeumo. Mbeumo obviously knew Sesko was coming in, so he just held up play a little bit and then obviously gave him...
And that's the thing that's very important as well. These guys are all new signings this summer.
Yeah.
And the fact that they've come in and exactly starting to build a bit of chemistry, know what each player is really good at, and obviously it sort of showed the qualities of each player. Cunha showed that he's got that passing ability. And Burma was smart to wait for Sesko and just play it in his path, and it was a great finish from Sesko.
I think Dallo had a good game as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, he had that one chance as well, could have scored a screamer.
Yeah, an absolute worldie, yeah.
But I think, Dallo's been very criticised this season. I've been one of his critics as well. But I will put my hands up and say that, you know, he's been good lately, and hopefully continues doing that. But I still think we need to move on and get more fullbacks because, you know, obviously Shaw's, you know, getting on. Dallo is not consistent enough. And I think Mazraoui's been on. He's not really been used. Yeah, I don't know what's up with him. So yeah, I feel like we need to invest in fullbacks. But I also want to point out. I mean, I've already spoken to the boys about this, about Sesko's last chance, like at the end of the game. Like I think, like the thing is, I know we won the game, right? But if there's a situation where we are losing 2-1, I don't want him to miss chances.
I think it's too critical.
No, but that's the thing. He hasn't done this only one time. It's been with that chance where Bruno put on a plate for him. And he heads it to the goal.
But that was... Listen, I'm going to defend Sesko here, because that was at the start of the season where he's trying to build confidence.
It wasn't that long ago. It was like a couple of weeks ago. It was 2-3 games ago.
Anyway, the point is that in the last 4 games, he scored 3 goals, and those 3 goals are the reason we got those results.
Yeah, I won't deny that at all.
The late goal against West Ham, the winner again today against Everton, and the winner against Fulham. Now, it's very important he gets these important goals and builds confidence. Now, obviously, he did miss that chance, and every striker misses chances, right? And he's new to the team, and he's new to the league, new to the country. So I'll give him a bit of credit. He's a bit of leeway, I guess. And to be fair, he's got 7 Premier League goals. That's very impressive for him.
I'm saying he's doing really good, but it's just it can be
He
scary.
can do better. I understand.
It can be scary. It can be scary later on. You know.
I think next season will be a massive season for him. And,
of course, yeah, I agree.
I think he can, you know.
The most important thing is, I think before we were relying on one player to score goals. I think even last season we created quite a few chances for Rasmus Højlund and he wasn't taking them.
Yeah.
At least now, Sesko, okay, he may be missing chances, but he's taking a couple of them. He's taking a couple of them, and not just that.
He's doing better than Højlund ever did.
Oh yeah, except for that one purple patch. To be fair, don't talk about purple patch Højlund. But the thing is, there's Mbeumo who's scoring goals, there's Cunha who's scoring goals, there's Fernandes who's scoring goals, there's Casemiro who's scoring goals. The goals are being spread out throughout the team, and it's not just one player who is carrying.
Which is important.
Which is very, very important, like Ali's saying. So, yeah, I think Man United have a bit of a bright future ahead of them, and they put themselves in a very good position to get Champions League football. So, yeah, that's it for this weekend. Before we get to the quiz for the player, the leaderboard will be up around here. So that is that. I'm not sure what it's looking like now. Probably very similar to what it was. Yeah.
Except I'm actually way off Hassan.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. You can't take it there. Fair enough. There we go. Okay, let's go to the quiz. Al, can you give us the quiz, please?
Yes, I can. So, the first fact is, he began his European career at Barcelona, but struggled to establish himself there before moving to England. The second fact is, he scored on his Premier League debut for a newly promoted side in 2007 with a powerful strike from outside the box. The third fact is, his most productive Premier League season came at Hull City, where he finished as their top scorer in their first ever top flight campaign. The fourth fact is, he also had a short loan spell at Manchester City earlier in his Premier League career. And for the fifth and the final fact, this Brazilian attacking midfielder became known for spectacular long-range goals during Hull's surprising early season run in 2008-09 season. So let us know if you know who that is in the comments down below, and of course we will reveal him at the start of the next video.
Perfect, thank you for that. So guys, thank you very much for coming in. Obviously, like we mentioned at the beginning, this is our first in-person video, so hopefully more to come, more content to come. Any form of content you guys want us to do, please leave it in the comment section below. We'd love to get ideas from you guys, and obviously let us know what you thought about the games too. But thank you guys for coming in. Please leave a like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you get notified when we upload videos, and we will see you on the next one. Take care, guys.
Take care.